Hello, yogis. It is time to get on the mat and do pigeon pose, which is going to stretch out several areas and build strength in your back. So it's really focusing on the piriformis, which is a butt muscle. The sciatic nerve runs right through it. If it gets tight, it's going to give you some discomfort. So come on around to the mat and let's start on our hands and knees in a little cat and cow. And we will just kind of warm up just a bit for a second. All right, hands under your shoulders, knees apart, round the back to cat, open to cow, add the breath. Let's exhale as you cat. Inhale, cow. Round your back to cat, draw the stomach up, tuck your chin. Open to cow, the tailbone flips up, the shoulders pull down. Couple more. Exhale. Inhale. One more, each way. Now, slide your right knee forward, right outside the right wrist. You're going to grab the foot, spin it in, and the back leg slides out. Hands are right in front of you, and the chest is lifted. So this is the full pose. Now, if you are really tight in the hips, so let's say you've had a hip replacement, you're going to modify. Let me show that quickly. Both legs are bent 90 degrees, and you're leaning over the front thigh. And that's where you're going to start. For those that are in the full pose, another modification is take a blanket or a block and slide it under the hip of that bent knee hip. And that's going to give you a little more grounding of the right hip and takes the pressure out of the front knee a little. So if you've got sharp pain going on, your body's going to tense up and you're not going to do well. So never work through sharp pain. All right, now I'm going to slide that blanket out and come onto my elbows because I don't need the blanket on this side. Taking long, deep breaths, start on the elbows. And this is where the yoga journey, everyone's going to be a little different here. You may need a block in front of you or a big pillow, and your elbows can stay high. Now, for my more advanced people, as you get deeper in the pose, you may be able to walk your hands forward and drive the weight back into the hips, placing your forehead eventually on the floor and just relaxing. Or fold the hands with the forehead on the hands. Letting the exhale be twice as long. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Make any adjustments to honor your knee. So right now, the main area you should be feeling the stretch is in the right hip. That whole side hip area there. If you need a little more stretch, walk the hands to the left and power back into the right hip a little bit. Again, honoring your knee first. Always honoring the joint before the muscle. Now let's walk back up and take that full pose. Open up the heart center. So it's a little bit of a back bend. The back leg is straight, and now the stretch is mostly in the front of the straight leg. You can use your props if you want, a block or blanket in front of you to get up a little higher. You feel it in your back. And then adding a quad stretch. Right hand is grounding inside the front knee. Bring that left arm up and around. And grab the back foot, bringing it towards your hip. All right, so modified, you're going to be on the hip, angling in. Maybe even use a strap over the foot. And then you can just bring that strap over the shoulder. It's a way to do that. Now for more advanced, you're going to roll back around. And again, you can have a little support under the hip. It's just going to help you to balance a little bit if it's not grounded. And working to hook your foot inside the arm. and then you just use the arm to pull in. Eventually the front hand comes off, balancing, and you hook behind for mermaid, okay? This is a more advanced pose. So maybe just balancing and learning to lift that hand and bringing that foot in first is where you are. One more deep breath. Then extend that back foot. Let's tuck the toes, walk the knee up, and carefully rise into down dog. And pedal out any tension that you feel in your right knee. Stretch back into down dog for a moment. And then move your prop over to the other side so you're ready. You can go back to the knees, or you can even just bring that left knee forward, placing it by the left wrist. Get support if you need it under the hip. Let's rise up for the full pose for a few breaths first. And make your way forward and just enjoy resting in the pose. And let the neck relax. Ground the forehead. Just go where it feels good. Feel free to pause the tape and just stay for a minute or two, okay? If you're really tight, you need to allow your body a chance to just relax. And grounding the forehead will help you relax physically, but also mentally. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaw. Relax the jaw, and sometimes just by doing that, it helps you to relax your hip. For those that want more, walk the hands out and drive the hips back. Walk it a little to the right, pressing back into the left hip. Back to the middle. And then work your way back up to the full pose. Open the heart center a little. Feel the sacrum. This is the low part of your back, right above the tailbone. Feel that moving in. Your back leg is straight. Now plant the left hand inside the left knee. Reach the right arm up and around. And we'll go quad stretch. Make any adjustments that you need. Long, smooth breath. Practicing the balance. This is where a little support under the hip can really make a difference. Now this is a little tighter side for me. So I'm actually going to grab a block and go a little higher so I get a little more support to sit up. And then coming into this pose is easier because I am balanced. And I enjoy that nice quad stretch and back stretch. So don't be embarrassed to use a prop, okay? They're there to help you in the pose. All right, now this time swing your legs around in front and shake out your knees in the front. Feel better already. Reset the hips. Let's take a big stretch up and forward fold. Deep breath into the back. Relax into that exhale. Come into a nice neutral stretch. Roll it up. Hands to the heart. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to take advantage of some full hour classes, you can go to my other channel, patreon.com/yoga embraced, and I have full hour classes. So otherwise, thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.